How many outfits would you say you have?
With my combinations now, I have over probably 5,000 outfits in my closet.
How much? How much you think you spent on that?
I'd say my closet overall now probably maybe 2 to 3 grand with the stuff in my closet.
Welcome back to another episode of Attractive Mindset, and today guest is none other than the man, the myth, the legend. When you talk about outfits, styling, anything that comes in between, he's not human at it, which is why they call him the Style God. And listen, his name unmatched. He sounds like a superhero character. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let him introduce himself to you a little bit more, Mr. Quinn Cabie.
Thank you for that intro, Rich. As Richard said, my name is Quinn, aka the Style God, and I'm here to drop some gems, jewels, and get everybody get their style right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So listen, Quinn, that's a pretty hardcore name. Like that's something like they say in a boxing ring that when you walk out, you gotta really just be like, let's get ready. You know that dude, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you develop that name? How does Quinn turn into the Style God?
So it's a really interesting story. Around 2014, 2015, I was doing photography. Just got a love for photography at the time. I'm learning like, well, I gotta get clientele. I gotta learn how to meet people. I gotta network. And my style wasn't great at the time. So I'm here going to my friends, and I see some guys at the time that I think they were looking well dressed. They had fitted clothes. They had some nice shoes on. They had good accessories. And honestly, Rich, I woke up one day and I said, you know what? I'm gonna be fresh. So from that week forward, I went shopping. I went and bought 5 pairs of shoes. I went and bought suits, blazers, just changed my entire wardrobe within that week. And over time, I started to cultivate and make it my own because I just went and bought a lot of general stuff. So men's dress shoes, men's dress pants, dress shirts, all those kind of stuff. And over time, I started to change my style, started to develop my own accessories, started to develop that's actually the style as well. And now it's a fusion of what Baron calls casual. So it's a fusion of business and casual with a
Basual.
little bit of street in there, a little bit here and there.
Oh, I like that. Basual. We're looking real basual today. I like that. Yeah. Okay, okay. And so if you developed that style in 2014, 2015, who was Quinn before that? Like, what were you into?
At that time, honestly, I didn't really have things I was into. I was at that time I was still in the cars. I've always loved cars since I was a young boy. But the creativity didn't really spark until 2014 once I did a company event. They gave me the camera. I shot some photos of them doing their event, and everyone loved the photos. And at the time, I was going to a lot of car meets, and I was just taking pictures with my cell phone. I'm like, yo, it would be really cool if I could get a bigger, nicer quality camera to take these photos with. And everything, like Dan said before, was divine timing. It took some time for me to get a camera, and then even when I got the camera, Rich, within 6 months, I worked with a local fashion magazine and I made the cover and had a feature in the
Oh wow.
magazine. So no, I was doing some work at that time.
I see. Okay, okay.
And but just I was in the process of finding myself at that time. But I honestly believe photography found me, and then my whole life changed because of it.
And so before then, and so we're taking a step back. And so nobody in your family ever like struck you on some creativity type tip to make you really like think about it like that?
Not at that time, no. The only thing I know that my mom, she was a model when she was growing up. But other than that, it just I just discovered it at a time. I may have had to go a little deeper, so I'm gonna drop this in here. A little warning. My girlfriend at the time, we did for her birthday, we did acid, and I remember she ended up falling asleep earlier than I did. So I'm just here in South Beach. I'm on a bike somehow. I'm here riding around. The trees going crazy outside. And then over the next couple of days, I started to see things differently. I started to feel different.
Is it
And
still the effects on you or it wore off already?
of course, I still have the effects. Honestly, to this day, it's enriched my life so much. My vision is different, my hearing is different, my taste is different. How I process things is different, how I think is different. So it's such an evolution of who I was at that time than now that I can never not put psychedelics to something that's definitely help me, because it can help you or it can hurt you. It just decides on what side you want to be on.
That's interesting. That's interesting. And so you weren't doing them while you liked cars. But once you started photography, you started doing them.
I wouldn't say I started doing it. It was more of an intuition call. Like, damn, like, because I know I do a lot of research. I was reading about things. I had a friend at time, my girlfriend at the time, she had told me about it, and I was a little scared. I was scary because that's mind altering things. You might see things you don't want to see. Your life could be a little crazy. But I took it in a different aspect. Like, well, if she's done it before, let me see what can happen for me.
Okay. And so you're Trini, right?
Yeah.
Curry chicken, yeah. Okay.
A little bit, but I'm a roti man, so I like to eat a lot of roti every now and then.
Okay. And so, how do you feel like your roots play into your style factor? Do they even influence that, or is it more so just American?
I would say I have pictures growing up where I saw my mom, my grandma dressed me, so I was still pretty fly when I was young.
Okay.
I'm gonna share those pictures later. I honestly believe that since I had a little bit of influence, because my aunts they had a little bit of style growing up, so I kind of saw my family at that time. They were wearing some cool clothes. My mom was wearing some cool clothes at the time. She didn't wear cool clothes now, but we're gonna work on that. But yeah, my aunts they're dressing really cool. Even my grandma, I saw her in the old pictures. Everybody was flying the family. So I don't want to assume it's a generational thing that just got passed down because my brother's not fly yet, but we're working on him too. But I just saw my aunts and my grandmother when they were younger. They're dressing pretty nice. They're still dressing nice to the extent now, but I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But even still to this point, I never even thought about that as a correlation because I just know that my whole thing blew up. Now everyone knows me because I have great style, but I didn't even think about the family aspect until this point.
Absolutely, man. And even I would take it even a little step further into like just the overall culture because you do give me that vibe with the accessories. You're very accessory matching, and for somebody like me, I'm gonna throw a watch on and a chain, and that's about it. But you have the bracelets and then the rings and everything, and like somebody like me wouldn't know how to really develop that kind of style. But even the aesthetic of some of the stuff reminds me of like carnival / steel pan type vibe. You ever got into that, or your family been into that?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of I have a couple of families that play steel pan. I played a little steel pan when I was there a little bit, but my skills aren't the greatest anymore because I haven't touched in such a long time. Even when I was younger, I played Masa my family a little bit, but I'm not into that stuff now because I'm too clean for that. So
okay, wow, bourgeois. What was the word of business and casual?
Casual,
yeah, too casual for it. Okay, no, definitely. And so you grew up here in Miami?
I did a bit of a cross match. So I grew up in Trinidad and Florida. So every summer until I graduated high school, my mom was away to Trinidad. So I spent 3 months there, and then I'll be here for the remainder of the year. So I grew up climbing trees, falling out of trees, getting chased by dogs, getting chased by cows, eating unripened fruit, falling in the ditch, falling in sometimes sewage pipes. My grandma would be, "Hey, come on, Adrian." So playing cricket down the street on a dirt road with my cousins, catching iguanas, eating iguanas,
What? Hold on, you just threw that in there so random. You were about to skip past that. You said you had a whole list of men said eating iguanas. Oh, that's not normal.
I mean, when you're in America, you don't really do those things. Well, my grandma lives in the country, so it was always grass, gigantic trees, bush everywhere. So for me, every day I'm itching ever because I'm in the bush. I'm in there running around. We playing in the grass.
But why would you eat an iguana? That's what I'm trying to
Hey man, that was what was on the menu for the day, so we just had that joint.
I mean, we're in a state where it's an invasive species, so you eat them things out here. You thought about it too long. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. You thought about that too long.
One of my cousin's friends, he's an amazing chef. So he ended up having we had some iguana maybe like a year and a half ago, but I haven't had it since.
I ain't not touching no dish from you, bye.
No, but he cut up, he cleaned it up. It was nice though. You wouldn't know it was iguana unless he told you.
What does iguana taste like?
It's a bit of a rubbery texture once you start to chewing it, but if it's prepared correctly, it could be soft, it could be not as chewy as conch, but it has a little bit of the true factor as conch, but it's not as bad. And that's kind of it. It's not too bad if it's prepared properly. You put some rice in there. Of course, you get the curry in there. He got some curried iguana nose, and too bad it was nice.
Hmm.
It's something you gotta actually you gotta try it out.
Ain't
Before
no way
damn.
you rationalizing me into this. and so that just makes me think like you sound like an explorer. I feel like you eat escargot.
I'm not doing a snail thing.
Oh, so you won't. So where's the line? You draw the line at snails, but you're eating iguana.
I mean, I love snails. Growing up, I always seen a lot of snails around my grandma's perimeter. So sometimes I'm looking out the window, I'm seeing snails crossing out the window. So I have a huge respect for snails because that's still something that I kind of grew up with.
So where's the disrespect for the iguana?
I mean, for the iguanas is different because it's a bigger animal. There's more to go around. But snails look a little small thing. Like, why would you want to eat a little small thing like that?
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's different. That's different. You got me with that one. I was a little hung up on that. Yeah, I feel like I can move forward now, but yeah. Iguana, cool. Hey, you know I ain't eating nothing at your crib, right?
Hey man, at this point, I'm eating a lot of vegan food, so I'm eating pretty clean right now. So you're not catching me eating iguana anytime soon.
Okay. Vegan food. So, are you vegan?
70%.
70%. So you're not vegan.
Not yet, not fully yet.
Okay, so you're like vegetarian.
To an extent, yeah. I've been mixing the words a little bit. I'm saying I'm a qualitarian.
So you're a flexitarian.
Nah, I don't like that.
Why not?
I say qualitarian because I look for the highest quality available. Flexitarian, they kind of mixing up different things, kind of.
So
there,
you got money. That's all I heard out of that. You want the highest quality possible. He got money.
You know, I would say I prioritize money towards that because having inflammation, having all these different weird things happen to your body, eating certain foods is not a great feeling. And especially since I mentioned that I've had magic mushrooms before, it's altered how my body feels having lower quality or lower vibrational products.
Palate.
So if I'm, like, say for example, I have Oreos. I used to love Oreos. I can't eat that anymore. I get an upset stomach.
Wow.
I can't eat regular candies that everyone else does. I get an upset stomach. If I have anything that's high in sugar, I get a headache. My body's very to a good level now to where if it's something is too high in something, it goes out of whack. If it's too low in something, it goes out of whack. So I have a good equilibrium now where that if I eat high quality materials, my body feels good the entire day and I have no issues.
So the style's basual, the stomach's basual, but you'll occasionally eat iguanas. We on the same page there? Okay, cool. I'm just making a mental list. So iguanas is basual.
Prepared by the correct person.
So iguanas is over Oreos for your palate.
At this point, 100%.
All right. I've heard it all. But okay, cool. So, you know, it's the iguanas, man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say something, and in my head, I just see it walking down the street or falling out the tree. Like they're so everywhere out here, and I just imagine Quinn. Now I'm gonna pair Quinn and iguanas together in the same mind frame, in the same time zone. Like that wasn't a match that existed before. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. You know, you do what you want to do. You know, okay. And so with your style, what makes for a good style to you? You know, so you start developing the style once you get into photography and everything, and you start to make it yours. You get the pairs of shoes and you get this and that. And so what makes you, you know, qualified to really dress somebody else? And how can you tell what somebody else's style might be?
So I would say the qualification is being your own case study. So for me, like I did hours and hours of research on how to put things together the regular men's wear way. And then I broke off and started to make my own thing and do my own principles as well. So I would say the qualifications is just what you see. And when we get in a conversation, let me step back. Also, I did fashion photography.
Okay.
Fashion photography put me fast forwarded me into having a better style because I was around models, stylists, and seeing how they're putting things together. I'm like, damn, they could do that. And like, how can I do that for myself? And as I said, going back to what I said before, of be my own case study, following original rules, and then now making my own rules, where it's easy to follow, I guess, an old paradigm. But when you want to be completely unique, you have to make your own custom paradigm. So now with my own style, even though it's a fusion of two different styles, you're not going to see anybody with the kind of style that I have. And that's one thing I've always wanted to have, was I want to be a one-on-one.
Yeah,
Authentically,
you're the only one
one-on-one.
to eat iguanas that I know. So you got that going for you.
So far. But the one-on-one thing I think is really crucial, because in a world of followers, in a world of copycats, for you to be be a unique individual, it's a rarity. So I remember there times when I was starting out, buying clothes, and I would see a guy wearing the same shirt I was that same day. I'm like, damn, this man may look lame right now. So in order for that to not happen again, you gotta dress up, put a layer on, tuck it in, change your shoes up, change your pants up, make it look completely different. That even though someone maybe wearing the same shirt as you, is not the same look, because you elevated the look instead of de-elevating the look. And another thing I noticed as well, even when it comes to helping people, when people see you and they see the outcome you have, they're like, damn, I want that. And I've never even at that time considered to be a stylist, but people like, I remember where I went to the event and I had 5 women come to me. 3 of them had husbands. Like, oh, can you just my husband? Like, I see you, I love your look. You look amazing. My husband needs your help. And I'm like, damn. That's very interesting. And that's kind of like the first earlier times I had to hear that. And then one of those ladies from that day I met and I helped her, and we're still friends to this day. And it's kind of weird too, because I remember I was researching like kind of qualifications to be a stylist, qualification to be image developer. And if you really want to take it serious, there are courses, but they teach you like cookie cutter stuff. They're not going to teach you how to cross brands, how to cross patterns, crossing shoes with different styles, like wearing loafers with jeans. Like they're not gonna teach you that. Like loafers you wear with no chinos or dress pants, with no polo shirt. That's cookie cutter stuff. Like when you get a stylist, you don't want to be cookie cutter. You want to be someone that stands out. You want to be unique. So my qualification is, people see how unique I am, and they want that transferred to them in a capacity that I can help them with.
And so when it comes to like the level of uniqueness that you're talking about, like somebody like me who has a more urban style, because I don't think I've ever seen you wear like sneakers or anything like that. I don't know, but how would you style somebody like me, but still make it like unique, like make it me?
A quick breakdown of that would be to find out what you like already. Look at your closet and start mixing things around. Because one of my statements is, a lot of people have heat in their closet they're not using. So in most cases, you have good clothes in your closet, but you may not know how to put them together. So a good closet breakdown is very, very helpful. So then we can check your closet. If you have a lot of urban things already, you can start mixing things up and mixing things together. Things that you thought that, damn, I'd like to wear that, but I don't even think that's me. We're going to drop I don't think that's me. We're going to put it on, try it on. And then like, damn, that is me. So it's all about evaluating what you have already, completely dissolving the barriers of what you think that, oh, I can't wear that. Dissolve all that, start to mix things together. And this is where I'm going to go to my foundation talk, because when it comes to everyone's closet, I know people that have color coordinated closets. They have their pants here, their shirts here. But the biggest thing is your closet interchangeable? So interchangeability means, can you go in your closet and within, let's say, 30 seconds, pick out an outfit? For most people, that's no, because I went shopping, I bought this really cool shirt, and you have no idea how to wear it because it doesn't match what you have in your closet, or let alone it's not something you can even wear, because when you put the shirt on, it wears you. You don't wear the shirt. Like I remember I was there when I had a fire shirt, and that joint sat in the closet for 3 years because I was scared to wear that joint.
Wow.
It was full of color, all these lines, these cool textures. I was like, damn, I have to have it. I didn't wear that joint until my confidence caught up. Even that too, your confidence got to be at a certain level for you to put on certain things, because You go get a statement piece, and then the statement piece is nice, it's amazing, but you put that statement piece on, that's the statement. You're not the statement. People go, oh, I love your shirt. But you're going to be like, oh, okay, thank you. But you have to be able to put the fit on, own the fit, and not let the fit own you.
Okay. And so, as a stylist, what would you say the budget, or not so much the budget, but how much should somebody typically spend on like their closet? Not indefinitely, but like if they really want to get started on changing their style up, or having a good base to be like, I got outfits to pull out for, let's say, almost every occasion, whether it's corporate or urban or birthday party or club or casual, all that.
That's a pretty loaded question because it really varies. Like I said, a lot of people have good stuff in their closet already that they just haven't worn because they didn't know how to. So sometimes it could be zero to, depending on what kind of stores you want to shop at, up to maybe 500 or more. But it really depends on the person of how much they're willing to spend and how much they're willing to go to the extreme of if they want to change everything in their closet. Because I have a client now where we're talking that he wants to add more things where he's able to go into different environments and have a consistent style where people knows who he is as soon as he walks in the door. But he's telling me he has like color coordinated shirts, all the same color from the same company, pants from the same company. So we're looking at, okay, he's gonna have to diversify a bit more where he just made it by different kind of pattern shirts, throw some loafers in there. I want to get at least everybody to have a pair of loafers.
I told somebody that, and they were like, you in loafers? No. And I was like, I feel like I could pull some loafers off. And so I'm going to clip this. I'm going to send it to him and be like, hey, he said I could have some loafers.
Yeah, I believe if for a man, if you're going to class up your look a bit, you got to get some loafers. If not loafers, some drivers or...
So where would you wear loafers?
Anywhere.
You could wear anywhere.
Yeah. You can
even in something corporate. So not anywhere, see?
Well, it depends on the style. Because if you look at, I'm not sure if you know your dress shoes, Derby/Oxford, they have almost the same silhouette as a loafer. But a loafer is looked at as a more kind of a casual shoe. But I'm wearing kilty loafers. And the kilty loafer, it has the more design on the front. So it's not a regular casual shoe. It can also be used as a business shoe as well. I see you can wear loafers to the club. I see people wearing loafers on yachts. I see people wearing loafers to the track. So it's a very versatile shoe. I would say it has a bit more versatility than sneakers because it's a shoe that can be classed in all looks. Even if you're wearing streetwear, you can still throw on loafers, and it's gonna class up the streetwear.
So even looking at your outfit now, you have a very what to me seems like an intricate outfit. Like, how long does it take you to get ready?
Since my closet's on point, I get ready in 30 seconds or less.
30 seconds or less?
Yeah.
I'm talking about actually getting dressed.
Yeah, within that same time frame.
Ain't no way. Hey, what's the somebody pull up the Guinness World Book, the Book of Records. 30-second dress with all of those stuff, putting the rings on. So you go to sleep with the rings on.
Sometimes.
Okay.
And well, if I'm gonna break it down, I would say it depends on the outfit. Sometimes I don't wear all the rings. Sometimes I only wear 2 or 3 on each hand. Sometimes I wear the earrings. Sometimes I don't. The ankles stay on every day, all day. I have 7 bracelets that go with my closet. So depending on what colors I'm wearing, I have a bracelet for the outfit. And that's pretty much it. So it usually, if I'm gonna say full bore, maybe around 2 minutes.
Okay. And so how many outfits would you say you have?
With my combinations now, I have over probably 5,000 outfits in my closet.
How much you think you spent on that?
I'd say my closet overall now, probably maybe $2 to $3 grand with the stuff in my closet.
That's it?
Yeah.
With 5,000 outfits?
Yeah, because you gotta factor in shoes, you gotta factor in bottoms, tops, jackets, accessories, everything all makes a cohesive package.
And so you have 5,000 outfits while only spending Probably around $3,000.
But this is over time. So like,
I mean, I'm saying that's a small amount. You only spend $3,000. I must be shopping for the wrong stuff. And so, where should people be shopping?
it really depends on the kind of look you're gardening. You're looking to garden, because for me, I did a lot of my clothes are thrifted. This shirt's thrifted. I've had these pants. I had these pants for like 6 years. I've had this jacket for like a year and a half. I built this necklace a couple of years ago, like 2-3 years ago. So a lot of my closet is thrifted. So you copy a lot of heat for the low. But it also depends on the brand. Sometimes I tell people to pull up with their Burlington Coat Factory, TJ Maxx, Ross, because you could get some deals there. But every time I go to Ross, I don't find any heat. I got my friends. Oh, I got this at Ross. I'm like,
now, do you think that's because you're being like super, I'm a stylist, StyleGod vibe, or because like, everybody has this, or it's not really appealing to me?
I would say the latter. A lot of things aren't appealing for me. Sometimes I pop up. I get more heat in TJ Maxx than I do Ross. So TJ Maxx is more my vote. But Ross, I don't really find anything cool at Ross. But when I go to TJ Maxx, I'm walking the roads. I'm seeing things. One of the biggest things for me that I learned from menswear is clothing feel. So when you rub clothes in your fingers, how does it feel in your fingers? Because that's gonna translate to how it goes over your body.
What's your favorite material?
Wool, cotton, cashmere.
Okay.
Like really, really high quality cotton is one of the most amazing things you can get. You're gonna pay a price for it, but it's one of the amazing things you can get. This is a high quality denim jacket. I got this jacket like a year ago. This jacket was $450.
$450?
Yeah.
Like $450?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got that from TJ Maxx?
This is from Sandro. It's a French fashion brand.
So you know about all these different brands and places, and is it like a big brand or is it just like a local brand?
I mean, it's in Aventura, so I guess it's a pretty big brand.
Oh, it's in Aventura. Okay. Yeah. Well, Aventura, we having everything. Because here's a melting pot. So I get it. But okay. And so do you ever think that you would take time to make your own stuff being a stylist?
I'm in the process of designing things now. I have a couple things that I've drawn out. I'm in the process of having 2 items developed. So I got some things coming.
Okay.
So I'm working on a cardigan and a turtleneck.
Okay. If I had to pick one piece of clothing item for you, it'd probably be a cardigan. I feel like you're a cardigan kind of guy.
Yeah, I got another cardigan from Sandro as well. That was around like $5 something.
Wow. Okay.
But the price is shocking to a lot of people. But I remember when I was buying cheaper denim jackets and they were rough, they were coarse. It didn't glaze around. It didn't elegantly flow across the skin. This is the smoothest denim jacket I ever felt in my life. So I will pay for quality if I really want it. But most of the times, if I'm buying something, it just has to be quality. Like my thing is, I spend a lot of money on clothes, but the clothes that I buy, I wear them for a long time. I spent $450 for this. I had over 2 years at this point. I wear it at least 30 times so far. So the wear per cost, it goes down over time. So that's something. If you're gonna make a big purchase for a clothing item, you got to factor in your wear per cost. If it's something that you're not gonna wear often, don't buy it. But if it's something that you have your foundation in place and you're integrated with your closet and have different things.
So you're not one of those people that are like, oh, I bought this item and I can only wear it once or twice and that's it.
No. If I'm going to spend the money, why do I wear it once or twice? I think that's foolishness. Because I'm going to spend, let's say I spend $800 on a Gucci shirt. I'm going to covet that shirt like, oh, it's the best shirt ever. I'm going to wear it and I'm just, oh, it's so good. I can't wear it that often. Like, no, I'm going to wear the hell out of that shirt. Because it's a high ticket item. But you have to factor in the wear per cost. If that shirt works with all the pants in my closet and my jackets, I'm wearing the hell out of that shirt.
And so you don't feel a type of way, or you don't feel like, oh, if I took a picture in this, like I already have a look that kind of looks like this, or do you feel like you switch up your interchangeables enough to be like, I could take a picture in this 10 times and you wouldn't even really know like that?
Definitely, that's what I do. So I think I have this jacket on my profile maybe once or twice, and I'm wearing a different shirt, different pants, different shoes. So the jacket's the same, but the inners are completely different.
Okay.
So and I think that's because I wear a lot of the same things over and over again, and people are like, "Oh my god, I love your outfit. It's still fresh."
Yeah.
I could wear the same fit tomorrow, and it'll still be fresh. Like, did you wear that yesterday? Like, yeah, it's still fresh though. Like, damn, you're right.
Fair enough. Okay, big confidence. And so, how do you feel about those bigger brands in the sense of like, we know where they get the shirts and all of that made, but like they charge $1,000, $2,000, get a belt for $1,200, stuff like that. What do you feel about the big brands?
No, I think the big brands are important because it shows an example of what high quality materials can be. The biggest things I like about the bigger brands is the higher quality materials. 'Cause I don't understand, in the same factory they can reproduce it at lower quality and it'll be lame, but then you're gonna pay. Of course, you're gonna pay the market for the higher quality, but you're gonna feel it. It's gonna make you feel better because how it lands on your body. Like I wouldn't say I'm a big designer person because I don't. There's nothing I like about the Gucci store, or Louis Vuitton, or Hermes, or YSL. Like I like things that don't have branding on it. Like I see these guys with big Saint Laurent on their shirt. I'm like, bro, they're not paying me for that. Yeah. I see mans with big Gucci on their shirt. I'm like, yo, no, like that's you went and bought the cheapest shirt just to say you bought a Gucci shirt, or to say you bought a Saint Laurent shirt. The same people that buy the slides, like, oh, I got Givenchy slides, I got YSL slides. Like, okay, and like you went and bought some slides in a little rinky dink shirt. Like, but what's that doing for you though? That's when you get caught up in status. But let's say, for example, you buy YSL boots. I know the boots $800 to $1,000. I'm gonna cop a pair of boots one day. I'm working on that. But the quality of the boots are amazing. The silhouette of the boot is very nice, very well built shoe. I tried a pair not too long ago. I'm like, so they set the standard of what quality is. So if you're up and coming fashion designer or a designer in general, get your hand on some higher quality brands to feel what your product could potentially look like if you invest the money into it. I think everybody should take a look at that for the designer. Get their hands on the quality to know what they can work to.
So y'all listen here. What I heard was, I'm finna spend some money. I'm finna spend some money again. Because that's two categories now where he said, I'm finna spend some money. So my overall consumption, if 1 + 1 equals 2, this is Batman. At the end of the day, Quinn Cabie got money. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Wayne. Synonymous.
Okay. You can't tell anybody that.
You just told them. That's not even me. You told them everything. That's some real, and I don't even feel bad about it. That's some real white guy stuff. You eat iguana. You eat iguana. That's like I don't even know what the ratio would be to that, but that doesn't happen. You do know that, right? It's not common.
I mean, if you're really within the Caribbean community, there's a lot of people eat iguana.
Who? I'm Caribbean.
I mean, you're not around the people I'm around, so it might be a little different.
Right. I thought I was a savage. I guess not. Okay, y'all. So you've caught them yourself, and
I mean, I've helped catch one or two, but it's not the funnest thing in the world.
So you're an accessory to murder. Okay.
People have done worse things. It's not that bad.
Okay, fair. Fair. So you gonna be all right? We got he taking Dan out back there. Good. All right. Well, so if somebody wanted to book a consultation with you on styling, what does that look like? What's that process? What would you go over with them? What are they gaining? And how long would you have that relationship with them as far as like style goes?
So when it comes to booking a consultation, I take my clientele as friendships, because no, I'm in your life to help you elevate, and you're in my life to help me elevate as well. Because we're both gonna learn something from each other. Everyone's a new experience. So a consultation goes to where we do, if someone's local, I pull to their house, or we do a video call. We look at their closet. We look into understand what kind of look they want to develop for themselves, and it goes a little bit deeper in that too, because style is expressing who you are on the inside outside. So understanding what they want to express to the world, so they can create their identity from there. And a lot of time, it's honestly a lot of fun. So we're getting to know each other on a deeper level. We're looking at the closet. We're looking at future things they want to purchase. I'm going through different ideas with them, and whether or not we go shopping, sometimes we go shopping, sometimes we don't. Sometimes I strictly work on the closet because I see some good stuff in there and we can utilize it. So it's a lot of using what you have already. Sometimes you gotta shop, you gotta go shopping. That's also a fun part too. And the relationship extends beyond that, because that person, we shared a bond at that time that's gonna turn into a long lasting friendship. So a lot of people I worked with already, we're still friends to this day. Like I don't believe in just leaving people. Okay, you finished, bye. Like, it's a lifelong journey and process. That person went through evolution now, then go through evolution again and again and again. And if they allow me to, I'm gonna be there for each step along the way.
Okay. And so is this only males that you help style, or do you help females as well?
I've done majority females and males.
Okay.
Like my last two were females.
You just said the same thing.
Oops.
You said majority of help males and females. So which one?
More females than males.
Okay.
Which is I mean, more women are more open to doing this kind of thing. A lot of guys, they're like, well, I don't want to be looked at a certain way. Like, but you look horrible now, so I'm gonna.
Wow, cutthroat.
I mean, sometimes when it
he's taking down out back there.
I mean, honestly, the last girl I worked with, she was really interesting case. So she's lost 30 pounds and she wanted to look more alluring, more classy, little classy, sexy vibe. She wanted to go for it. But she was wearing like regular clothes, like she was wearing jeans, regular blouse kind of thing. But she just looked like she just threw on clothes and walked out the house. It wasn't really no good presentation.
She wasn't a hoe.
No, far from that.
Okay.
I attract very wholesome women these days. I don't,
We like what we like.
I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the women I attract these days. Very quality people.
Why can't a hoe be quality? Hold on. Just don't skip that. Why can't a hoe be of quality?
I think it depends, because I remember since I grew up in around the carnival-esque environment, I've seen debauchery live. Mm-hmm. I don't want that around me. Wow. I want classy, elegant women around me that exude elegance. For me, like, if you're not elegant, I don't want it.
So he spends a lot of money on clothes, spends a lot of money on food, and you can't be debaucherous around him. Carnival clothes, absolutely out of the question. So that's half of Miami or more, So, wow, okay, cool. So you won't, what if somebody came like that to you to develop their style?
I can definitely help them. But for me, like for dating wise and partner wise, I wouldn't want that.
You don't feel like you can turn a hoe into a housewife?
Definitely not.
Why not?
That's not my deal. And even on top of that, I want to add a layer to that. Like, since I've done magic mushrooms, it's altered my mind space and how I see my perspectives of the world. So now, knowing that I'm a high level energetic being, I need to be around high level energetic women as well. because
the hoes be having the most energy in the room. What you mean? They the one that's gonna put on,
it's not the same though.
the kitty's pink, the booty hole's brown. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole song, Quinn.
I know that song is horrible.
that is a high energy song though.
But the energy is completely different. This is going to be a little bit a different such topic, but intercourse with a high energy like high energy level woman is completely different.
In what way? So define what high energy level woman is to you.
So a woman that's spiritually tapped in with themselves, they're working, they're growing themselves consistently. They know who they are, they know their identity, and they know how to use their powers. And for me, it's a stronger connection. Like the sex is just better. Like the connection is better. In my cases, though, the orgasms are better. It's a better experience for everybody.
This nigga tells her grand rising.
I don't do that anymore.
You see what I'm talking about? I knew it.
We don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore.
So what's
That's cliche.
What's the face now? What's the phrase now?
Well, I say Trinidad. I didn't say that. I say good day.
Good day. Okay.
I just say good day.
Okay, so with that type of female, if I'm gathering that correctly, because there's a specific type of way that those type of females act.
Yes.
Calling them high energy women, I feel like your version of energy means like energy.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, and so okay. So you're big on affirmations and all of that.
I used to be. I'm not an affirmation guy anymore because it doesn't work for me, but I know it works for others. Because I used to do affirmation, then like, I sound really goofy right now. Because then I will say these things like I'm a great person. I love people. I want to help people. I'm like, and then sometimes I use different ones where I'm an outstanding force in the world to help others. I'm a God-fearing man that helps lead and helps others. And I'm like, I don't feel what I'm saying, but I start to really realize I internalize things differently. So affirmations work for me, but I know since I've done all this work to be confident, to be courageous, to be all these great adjectives, I don't need affirmations anymore because I've already done the work to build those in. I don't need to say it. I exude it. People see me and like, you're so brave to wear a jacket in 90-degree weather. I'm like, not really. It's fresh. It's how I work.
The man eats iguanas. He can do whatever he wants.
Exactly. So it don't even matter. I'm pulling up to the function, crispy every single time. You're gonna be sweating. I'm gonna be cool. I'm having a great time.
Okay. And so, even though if you attract that high level energy female, and they may not all do it, so please do not attack me. Don't attack me because I'll attack you back. I don't listen. Don't do it. But you attract a high level energy woman and she wants to like do those affirmations with you. Would you do them with her?
No.
It's kind of harsh.
It doesn't work for me.
But it works for her.
She got to do it by herself.
Wow. This man's really a savage. Like
I 100% like I spent a lot of times like bending my will to others, bending to others. I do that very little now. My boundaries are rock solid. If I don't want to do something, it's not gonna happen. And I'm majority of the time gonna say like there's a girl that I'm recently just started talking to. Like she started sending me affirmation. I told her and I started to tell her, listen, I know a lot of people like affirmations, but affirmations don't work for me, so I do not say them. So anything regarding affirmation based, I'm not gonna do it.
But you better do that slideshow. I had to throw that in there. It's on my head. Hey, it's no hard feelings. Man. You know what I'm saying? We got boundaries, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But no, most deaf. Okay, cool. So, okay, I'm starting to learn a little more about who really Quinn Cabie is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been around each other for becoming a while now, and we're actively around each other, and just we've never really had a deep conversation like this. Like, part of my brain is definitely judging you because you eat iguana, but
It's
the
all right.
other part, just you're pretty solid. You're pretty solid. You have ideals, and those ideals definitely contribute to your sense of style, your personality, and you definitely do go into a room and you make a statement. You're somehow quiet and not quiet at the same time. Like, I'm still trying to figure that part out because I don't understand when you start a conversation. I just see you talking. Like, I don't know how exactly you get there. And so, do you feel like you have a fear of, presentation? Like, if you had to get in front of a crowd and just talk or do something like that to teach?
I would say I used to. My confidence has gotten to a point where it I can do anything at any time.
Mm.
Like, I remember I used to challenge people to tell me, like, "Oh, I bet I can talk to that girl over there." "Oh, no, you won't." "Hi, my name is Quinn. What's your name?"
Mm.
And I realized when I doubled down on my social skills in 2016, I started to really realize that a lot of people are scared. A lot of people aren't willing to do little to anything, honestly, when it comes to socially. So that I remember I saw stats where, like, people who are later in life, they have less friendships because a lot of people, they aren't creating relationships as they get older. They're kind of fostering the relationships that they have, that they foster throughout the years. But a lot of times most people don't have new relationships, and I'm like, damn, that's really lame. So I got to a point where, you know what, I wanted to have rock solid social skills because I didn't have social skills before. Learn photography, learning how to get around models, to get clientele. You had to have some confidence. You had to have some social skills. So I made sure I doubled down on my social skills. So I can, if I really want to, I could talk to anybody I want to talk to. I could talk to the CEO. I could talk to the man outside on the corner, which I have, and had some great conversation with those people on the road. And it's like I just realized I want to be the Casper in the room. So I could pull up, disappear, reappear somewhere over there. Then you see me over there. I'm like, how do you even get over there?
That's literally how I feel. Like, you navigate rooms. Yeah, it's accurate.
And like I was telling Baron the other day, like, cultivating the energy that I have now, I energetically connect to people within the room. So, and I know that may not be the most greatest thing, but it's the most genuine thing for me. So if I'm gonna talk to someone, my energy is already locked into theirs, and we're on the same level, we're gonna have an amazing conversation. But if we're not on the same wavelength, it's not gonna be a great interaction. And there's times when even in the beginning, because I was learning, I was forcing conversations, and some people give me one word answers, and I'm like, how do I know? How am I gonna pick up a conversation with that? I'm doing my best. I'm getting one word answers. So I was like, well, now I learn, okay, I can't force conversations. If I go to someone and I'm getting one word answers, nice meeting you, bye. Or just say nice meeting you. Because you have to respect and honor yourself.
No, facts.
I worked so hard to honor myself and respect myself because I came from a point where when my mama yelled at me, I would cry. I was weak. And I didn't want to be weak anymore. I want to become legit. So I spent a lot of time just doubling down, making things happen, learning, failing. I wouldn't say I was failing. I was just learning to become better at social skills. That I would go home, grade myself. Okay, how did this conversation go? How many questions you asked? Did you listen to what they were saying? Did you have a good back and forth? And I would grade myself when I went home. Okay, let's go ahead and do it the next day. Go to an event, chop it up with somebody, go back home. Damn, I forgot this person's name. I didn't really listen to what they were saying because I was looking at some girl. Okay, let me rate my focus. Let me work on my eye contact. Let me work on the channel where you look at the eyes, nose, mouth, up and down, and just circle it around. Proximity, getting closer to people so you can hear them. All the different kind of things I've learned baked in to now the social skills I have to this day.
Okay. And so if you had to give, a young stylist advice, coming into the game, what would you tell them? Give them 3 key pieces of advice.
Honestly, the first one is really have an idea who you are on the inside. Because if you don't know who you are, you lack an identity, you can't help anybody. Second one, of course, you have to have confidence. people will want to talk to you in any way they want to. They want to disrespect you, but you gotta have the confidence to just let that roll over. Like, oh, this person they're not working me. It's fine. They can say whatever they want. And 3 is have resilience to just keep working on yourself.
Okay. Nah, most def. I learned a lot about you today, Quinn. You know, I'm definitely a fan of everything except the iguana. But you know what I mean. To each his own. But nah, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming on here. You know, sharing your story. You know, where can everybody find you at if they want to tap in with you?
If you want to tap with me, hit me on at Quinn Cabie. That's the official stylist page. And also for the Style Versus podcast, I got episodes dropping on that soon. Style Versus POD, Style StyleVSPOD. Follow that account as well for upcoming videos from our podcast as well.
Absolutely. Y'all heard the man, Quinn Cabie, in the building.
100%.
You know, as we always say, keep an attractive mindset, and you can absolutely tell that from the version of himself back in the day to the version of himself now. Supreme, powerful, doesn't say affirmations because he exudes the affirmations and only attracts high-level women. And so obviously that's an attractive mindset. And it's your host, Moneybag Rich, here. And like, share, subscribe with a friend. And you know, as we always say, we look good, we live good, life is good. Talk to us and we talk back, and we out of here.